The Mafia survived for over a century because they mastered one critical skill: knowing exactly who not to trust. They identified 3 types of people who would destroy you every single time. Miss these warning signs, and you won't just lose money or reputation, you could lose everything. Welcome back to Forbidden Wisdom. Today we're diving into the Mafia's most valuable survival skill: reading people's true nature. In their world, trusting the wrong person meant death. So they developed a systematic way to identify dangerous personality types before it was too late. These same patterns show up in every environment: your workplace, relationships, business deals, friendships. Here's what makes the Mafia's insights so powerful: they couldn't afford to be wrong about people. There were no second chances, no legal protections. Pure survival forced them to become experts at reading human nature. Over generations, they identified 3 personality types that were guaranteed to betray, manipulate, or destroy anyone who trusted them. These aren't just criminal insights, they're universal patterns that show up everywhere. Let's break down the 3 types of people the Mafia taught you to avoid at all costs. Type number 1. The over-eager newcomer. The person who tries too hard to prove their loyalty from day one. In the Mafia, they called these people wannabes. Individuals who showed up desperate to be accepted, making grand gestures and bold promises before anyone asked. The warning signs are: they volunteer for everything immediately. They share too much personal information too quickly. They badmouth their previous associations to impress you. They make loyalty declarations without being asked. They try to skip normal relationship building stages. They are dangerous because desperation makes people unpredictable. Someone trying too hard to prove loyalty is usually hiding something or compensating for their own insecurity. When the pressure gets real, they'll crack first. Some modern examples are: the new employee who immediately starts gossiping about coworkers. The business partner who promises unrealistic results to win your trust. The friend who love bombs you with excessive attention early on. The romantic interest who declares intense feelings too quickly. Authentic loyalty builds slowly through shared experiences. When someone rushes this process, they're usually manufacturing trust for their own agenda. People who are genuinely trustworthy don't need to constantly prove it. They demonstrate it through consistent actions over time. Type number 2. The information collector. The person who asks too many questions about things that don't concern them. The Mafia called these people fishing, always trying to gather information beyond what they needed to know. They seemed helpful and curious, but they were actually building intelligence files on everyone around them. The warning signs are: they remember details about conversations that didn't involve them. They ask probing questions disguised as casual interest. They know things about mutual friends that they shouldn't know. They bring up sensitive topics, accidentally, to gauge reactions. They offer help in exchange for access to private information. Information collectors are building leverage. They gather secrets, vulnerabilities, and private details not out of friendship, but to use later when it benefits them. Modern manifestations are: the coworker who always knows everyone's salary and personal problems. The friend who remembers every embarrassing story you've told. The neighbor who keeps track of when you come and go. The acquaintance who asks detailed questions about your finances or relationships. These people often seem like the most engaged and caring individuals in your circle. They remember birthdays, check in regularly, and appear genuinely interested in your life. But they're actually data mining. To spot these people, pay attention to the pattern of their questions. Do they ask about things that would help them understand you, or things that would give them power over you? Information is power. Anyone collecting more than they need is planning to use it against you eventually. Type number 3. The conflict creator. The third and most dangerous type. The person who always has drama following them. The Mafia had a saying: where there's smoke, there's fire. People who constantly have conflicts, feuds, and problems aren't unlucky, they're the common denominator. The warning signs are: they're always the victim in every story they tell. They have ongoing conflicts with multiple people. They triangulate, telling you things others supposedly said about you. They escalate minor disagreements into major issues. They can't maintain long-term relationships. They're devastating because chaos follows chaos creators. They don't just have problems, they create them. They thrive on drama, manipulation, and keeping people off balance. These are the manipulation tactics they use. They create artificial urgency to force quick decisions. They pit people against each other for their own advantage. They manufacture crises that require others to rescue them. They use emotional manipulation to avoid accountability. Modern examples are: The friend who always has a new enemy or falling out. The business partner who blames every failure on external factors. The romantic interest whose exes are all crazy. The coworker who constantly complains about unfair treatment. Some people are addicted to drama because it gives them attention and control. They create chaos as a way to stay at the center of everyone's focus. What the Mafia understood is peace attracts peace, chaos attracts chaos. If someone's life is constantly turbulent, they will bring that turbulence into your life too. Here's what connects all three types. They're all driven by insecurity masked as something else. The overeager newcomer masks insecurity with excessive loyalty. The information collector masks insecurity with false intimacy. The conflict creator masks insecurity with victim narratives. Truly secure people don't need to prove themselves constantly, don't need leverage over others, and don't need drama to feel important. To protect yourself, trust slowly and verify consistently. Watch patterns over time, not just isolated incidents. Pay attention to how they treat people who can't help them. Notice if their words match their actions over months, not days. The Mafia's survival depended on reading people correctly the first time. These three types of dangerous personalities exist in every environment because they're based on fundamental human psychology. Learning to spot them doesn't make you paranoid, it makes you strategic. You can still be kind, generous, and trusting. You just do it wisely.